If you clicked this video because you saw Heath Ledger on the thumbnail, well, good, because same. Because Heath Ledger's Joker story is one of the main reasons method acting got morphed into this weird rumor story. You've heard it, right? He went so deep into the Joker that it destroyed him. He couldn't turn it off. That's what real acting costs. And I need to say this really clearly right up front. That version of the story is mostly a cultural rumor. And it's not just inaccurate, it's also harmful because it teaches beginners that this is some magical way to pursue acting. Hey, I'm Neil Kelly. I'm a working actor and acting coach. I've been on Netflix, Hulu, CBS, worked along people like Emily Blunt, Chris Evans, Catherine O'Hara. And my whole spiel is pretty simple. Great acting doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from staying open long enough until something real comes through, not from just wrecking yourself. So today I'm going to do a beginner-friendly, no BS breakdown of method acting, and we'll be using Heath Ledger and Joker as our centerpiece. So we are going to separate what method acting really is, what people think it is, and what you can do as an actor to get truthful work without sacrificing your mental health. Because mental health comes first. People before actors, always. Now, before we even define method acting, let's go address the headline rumors of Joker and Heath Ledger. The internet will often frame it like he became the Joker and then he died. But the reality is Heath Ledger's unfortunate death was ruled an overdose of prescription drugs. And many people who were close to him have ruled out any concept of Joker being the thing that killed him. So why does that myth survive? Because it's a clean story. And clean stories can travel much faster to people than complicated truths. But you're an actor and you can handle nuance. So let's get accurate. And then let's get practical. So here's the first thing beginners need to hear. Method acting has two definitions. This is meaning number one, and it's the real definition. Method acting simply means you have a process, a method to act. Stanislavski, method. Chekhov, method. Uta Hagen, method. Adler, method. Physical acting, method. Anything that gives you a repeatable process and way into a character is a method. So now here's meaning number two, which is the internet version of this. When most people say method acting today, they're usually saying something along the lines of, I become the character in my real life. I blur the lines between where the character is and who I am. I walk in their shoes all the time. This is the full method idea. And it's also where people get confused because full method is just a vibe. It's not really a clean definition. It's just a big tagged headline for people. And headlines is how you get actors thinking that the job of acting is to suffer. Which now we go back to Heath Ledger. What is confirmed versus what is rumored? Let's talk about what we can responsibly say. Ledger did do intense preparation for the role of Joker. A lot of isolation, a lot of journaling as the character, a lot of experimenting with his voice and physicality alone. And there are interviews and behind-the-scenes accounts that do support this. But the leap people make from this is he prepared intensely for a role, so it must have been the cause of his death because it came shortly after. This is the story people tell. And here's what I want you to take from this, especially if you're a beginner. Correlation does not always equal causation. When someone passes away young, culture looks for some single dramatic reason for it. Because a single reason is much easier to make sense of than this complicated reality. But according to the official ruling, it was an accidental overdose of prescription medications. Plus, people close to Ledger have publicly pushed back on the narrative that Joker is the thing that killed him. A lot of them said that he had so much fun with the role and that blaming the role for his demise is just completely inaccurate. Now, this next part matters, and it's where my opinion comes in. Even if it's not the cause, an obsessive, isolating process can absolutely magnify existing mental health issues. Isolation plus obsession is a hard cocktail for most human beings. So this is my stance. Don't rewrite history to make method acting the killer. Don't romanticize suffering as the path to greatness. And don't ignore the fact that mental health support matters so much more than acting myths. Which then leads us to a bigger question. If full method is misunderstood, what are the real risks of it? When someone tells me I want to go full method for this role, I don't hear commitment. I hear unclear boundaries. And unclear boundaries tend to create three problems. Problem number one, it can live in an extremist place. If you're playing something dark, like a serial killer or murderer or something else really, really bad, living in that worldview with those thoughts for months on end is not going to be a fun time. Your nervous system in your body absorbs what you continuously tell it and rehearse. And again, you do not owe your psyche to your art. Problem number two, it can become unprofessional on a set. A lot of method acting stories are really just actors being disruptive to the rest of the crew and their fellow scene partners. Staying in character isn't a free pass to treat everyone around you like props. Film and TV is a collaborative workplace. Collaborative, not just you. No performance justifies harming you or harming others around you, especially them because they didn't ask for it. And problem number three, it confuses intensity with truth. Beginners can often think big feeling means good acting. The camera loves listening, it loves reactivity, it loves presence. It loves the moment you're trying to control, but you can't. Truth doesn't come from pushing harder, it comes from openness. And that is the pivot to what actually creates solid, truthful emotion on screen. But before we even go there, this is where I want to bring you into the conversation. What were your preconceived notions about method acting going into this video? I'm very curious to hear. So comment down below, what is the biggest method acting belief that you've been told that you're not sure is true or not? Like, what's one that made you go, wait, is that what I'm supposed to do? And if you want more grounded acting tips just like these, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell. We are going to be breaking down lots on this channel, and I want you along for the ride. It's good to make this craft feel less intimidating, right? So here's my core philosophy as a coach. Emotion is not the goal, it's a muscle. And it's a muscle you build safely, like in the gym when you're told not to use more weight than you're supposed to. Emotion often emerges from engagement, pressure, conflict, and restraint. It often doesn't come from, let me relive the most traumatic moment of my life. So I'm going to say this very plainly. Trauma mining is not required, and I'm not impressed by it because it usually becomes a solo performance in your head. Acting is not a private journal of everything going on in here. It's about relationship. My breakdown definition is that acting is about trying to change another person while they are changing you. That means reactivity. It means giving and receiving simultaneously. That is when the audience leans in, not when people are going, I want to perform and show you that I can make tears go down my face. It's not about emotional display. It's about struggle. So here's the healthiest reframe I can give you if you are interested in method acting, but you want to approach it like a professional. If you're going to immerse yourself into a character, I want you to visit that character, not move in. You can explore the character's rhythm, their values, their point of view, their physicality, their patterns of thinking. And you can do all of that without letting them take over your life. And if you're thinking to yourself, I get that, Neil, but how do I make it feel real? That's where we go body first, because we want our body to be our access point into emotions. So I want to give you an example of how you can immerse yourself into some kind of method acting-esque scenario safely. Let's say you're auditioning for a role that is wildly outgoing, totally out there. That person dances with everyone, talks with everyone, just absolutely no fear to have a good time. Zero self-consciousness. In reality, I don't think anyone's really fully like that. But a safe immersion exercise for yourself can be to go out and act like that. You're going out with friends on a Friday and you're saying to yourself, okay, tonight I am going to dance my heart out. I'm going to say hi to people and I'm going to be as outgoing as I can. Try on a different persona for the night. And while I'm doing all this, I'm going to be tracking how does this feel in my body so that I can recreate these sensations for my performance in this role. Now, here's where this is different than what we've talked about before. You're not hurting anyone. This is not an isolating experience. This is not a dark experience. This is range building. And that's the key distinction. Method-like exploration can be great for you sometimes when it's a scenario that is ethical, boundaried, reversible, and rooted in curiosity, not just destruction. So here's some tools that can help you reach these emotional peaks without trauma mining yourself. Tool number 1, semi-supine reset. Lie on your back, knees up, almost like you're gonna do some crunches, but all you're gonna do is lie there and allow your spine to decompress into the floor and elongate, and you're gonna release all the tension in your body. Basically, we're going into a method of allowance. We want to just feel everything relax. We wanna look at our breath. Are we controlling it and forcing it in and out and in and out? Are we holding anywhere? Can we allow it to just let go? Second tool, abstract imagery, not actual memories. Instead of digging for a painful memory of yourself and re-traumatizing yourself, you are going to look into images that can evoke something in your nervous system. This scene feels like you're on thin ice. Well, you can know what it's like to actually be on thin ice and try and recreate those sensations in your body. This feels like I'm being cornered. Oh, can we all understand that feeling and how it might cause you to retreat in your body like this? Use your body. This feels like I'm holding a door shut while someone's trying to get through. See how that already activated something in me? I didn't have to go to literal emotions where I was maybe behind a door. Your body responds to imagery without needing to open old wounds. And tool number 3, the restraint exercise. Pick one thing you are absolutely not allowed to do in that scene, but really want to. You can't raise your voice. You can't move closer to your scene partner. You can't explain what you want to say. You can't apologize. These kind of restraints can create pressure in us. Pressure creates behavior. Behavior creates emotion. Tool number 4 is the change them focus. Before you go into the scene, ask yourself, what do I want them to do right now? And try and achieve it. It's not, how do I feel in this moment? It's, what do I want my scene partner to do? This will pull you out of that self-monitoring, selfish place and into connection with people. And connection is where truth lives. And I want to bring all this information home to the working actor reality. Your process has to be in some way repeatable, collaborative, respectful, and adjustable. Because film and TV is not one perfect take. It's angles. It's different ways to move. It's giving options to the editors. It's resets. It's waiting around. It's needing to do it 80 million times and trying to make every single time truthful. So if your method requires you just to be miserable at all times, that's not really a method. That's a dependency. You need to be sustainable, and sustainable actors work more. So here is your no BS beginner method acting takeaways. Method acting isn't one thing. It's methods of things. The full method pop culture version is usually more harmful than good. Heath Ledger's unfortunate death has been mythologized in some way to promote narratives that aren't the truth. And in a lot of ways, it erases reality and glorifies suffering for artists. You can do brave work without sacrificing your mental health. Presence beats intensity. Reactivity is going to win every time. Now, if you want more processes and me to look at your work, feel free to click the link in the description down below. I'd love to help you find your artistry in real practical systems as a working actor. Go ahead and book a free discovery call and we'll see where you're at. We'll assess things. It'll be great. I love mentoring new actors. And if you're looking for some more actor content, go ahead and check out some of these videos next. They're pretty cool if you ask me. Okay, I'll see you next time. Mwah.